it'll be for a reason. Now let's have a look at the buyers coming in as we're about to get underway.
Well, we've seen this a lot of times, actually, from TYLOO on multiple different maps. The raid boss with the CZ, and Danke's just going to... Oh, I thought he was going to save 800, but he's going to buy himself some armor. One of the very, very strong pistoling players in China with that USP. Low ramp push here for slowly as ViCi spread out around the map. This might not be the angle that you want to be taking, but he fluffs the whole CZ spray. Wet Noodle gets absolutely nothing done as the whole 12 bullets just go into Narnia, and that's going to be a one map advantage. Yeah, technically true, and a one-player advantage for ViCi Gaming.
Yeah, so Danking decides to do the route of, I'm just going to push up at the moment. He's going to actually get this control completely for free. They know it's going to be the A site, and Danking's already fast on the lurk.
Okay, trying to make their way in behind here. DanKing finds the bomb, which is on the ground. They still don't know where the shot's coming from. Kaze flicks around and will get a bink through the wall. DanKing still trying to fight and hold control, but in the 2-on-2, Jamyoung with the P250. He's just going to use some patience, swings wide, and he's just going to fight in the open. Kaze very low, tries to cross, and with the fadeaway, gets the headshot. That's going to be ViCi taking the T-side pistol.
Oh, Jamyoung, you were the chosen one. You're not the swing man.
But the way he did it was just like, he shows like a bit of shoulder, he waits, he takes the duel, and he just chills out and just waits for a couple of shots and then just wide swings out.
Don't think Slowly was expecting the pace that ViCi was setting there, just running out straight into inner. Either way though, TYLOO unfortunately do lose that pistol. Now they're going to try and force buy. This is the dream start for ViCi Gaming if they can deal with this force buy, but they're already very low on util here. TYLOO got a lot of deagles. Scout, CZ, Jamyoung with the AK up in the E-box and sandwich smoke, just keeping tabs on the CT positioning, and oh, this could be very dangerous if he goes down, but of course this crosshair is in the perfect spot, anticipating the sandwich peak, gets the one-man advantage for ViCi Gaming, who are feeling so comfortable right now, slowly almost getting spammed through the smoke, and ViCi just crashed straight down SL onto this outer side.
Tanking through the Molotov, still gets a headshot into Orman, and now there's actually damage being incurred as well. But unfortunately, Attacker can't answer the favor. Summer, though, utilizing those long ranges with a scout. He's able to find the noggin of 3, and how has this eventuated in this with ZoKing's the last man left standing. Bomb's not in his control. Connector player just smoked off for now. Slowly's been tagged down earlier through the smoke. Over at the B site, and Summer still pushing forward, trying to find this player.
Oh, trying to stay silent, but the drop is heard slowly. 13 HP,
Summer.
but Summer, the savior from the back of blue.
How many
just
was that?
drops another 4 kills
3
on the
headshots.
scout.
He's a human headshot machine.
And then Danking buys a P90.
Oh, okay.
Excellent.
Bit of art action. Page out of Furious book. Let's have a look at these again. 1, 2. Keep him counting. Another nice headshot fading back to green.
That's
this
pure
man.
mechanics. That's just feel. That's all intuitive feel.
Just a little bit fancy there. Big round for TYLOO to win.
Bit flashy, some might say. Huh? Haha, fancy flash. Haha. Funny jokes. Well, Summer has found that first pick with the AUG in towards T-Con. This man, honestly, I haven't seen too much from him this tournament. But this is a pretty big start to train.
Oh. See you later, Orman. Somebody. Very accurate, curiously, with that Famous. And let's see if Jamyoung can get some dirty digs working from upper. It's a matter of moments, and there it is. Okay, Jamyoung, the master of the deagle, starts to make his way forward. Can't find the head of attacker, but with that smoke as well, can start to close the gap. That he will. Tries to play from Summit here. Spotted, and somebody goes wide. Summer on the top of red. Does he expect this aggression? Jamyoung playing so damn close, but it's the flank they have to worry about. And DanKing, 50 bullets in the mag, and just farms up ViCi for the retake.
Filthy. Big turnaround for TYLOO. Bomb plant comes down, and ViCi are going to have to take a save here. As TYLOO 4 alive. They lost pistol, but some magic from Summer with the scout digs them out of a tough situation, and now they pass that round with flying colours. That was the only thing that ViCi had going in that round, apart from the bomb plant. Now they're going to have to take a save, and that's going to allow TYLOO to get rolling a bit on that CT side, and that is such a critical thing for them, because I feel like every bit of momentum they get on the CT side, every string of rounds that they get is like a little bit less they have to do on the T side.
Were you impressed by that spray transfer?
With the P90?
Yes, I certainly was. I thought he'd go for the third as well, but he did actually stop before. Going for the second transfer, however, it is going to be ViCi trying to transfer their momentum towards the A site. Out of SL they swing, but Summer from Heaven just showing some wrath. Tapping away long range, and that nade might find Kaze. Oh, not quite yet. Kaze's actually going to finish off Summer.
Oh,
Nice
okay.
shot onto somebody, and now we're cooking with gas. 1-on-2, Dan King, close range, but it is going to be the swing from Slowly to find the final kill. Nice headshot acquired, but good damage from ViCi, all things considered.
Fantastic damage.
Yeah, I was waiting for Dan King to go and try and find another weapon, and I'm not sure he even tried that hard, to be honest.
I don't
He's
think
just
he
happy
did.
with it.
I think the rifles were lost on the wrong side. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's sticking with the P90, which...
Where's he taking it? Where's he going to take this?
Well, he doesn't have the
Lower
spawn
ramp
for
push,
ladder.
SL, T-Con. What's the play? Straight to inners, yeah, push inners. I like that. Somebody's going to be over towards Ivy on that AWP.
Okay, he does have Slowly backing him up on a nice line with the AK. Dan King getting very aggressive.
You still push when you got the man advantage? Of course you do. It's Dan King.
It's TYLOO. Welcome to TYLOO Gaming.
Oh, he actually shows some restraint. There you go. Smokes onto the outer train yard, and somebody's doing some good damage there from Ivy. It's very disjointed from ViCi Gaming, not looking good at all on their T side these first couple of rounds.
Attacker, close range, attack keen, but not for long. Orman shuts him down and brings it to a 2-on-4. But both the ViCi players spotted, and Kaze's elbow's been taken off. Orman now left last alive as somebody just runs forward
Oh, mate.
at Orman and dies for it, unfortunately. But even so, Dan King now... Oh, okay, Orman trying to make something of it. He's on for the ace as well as the round 1-on-2. And he's going to pick the path of least resistance. Should find B for free.
Yeah, reroutes back to B. He has a Molotov for that CT connector, so he could potentially lock that angle down, and he will drop some molly. He's going to get that bomb plant down just between Pop and the bomb site, and then retreats back up the ramp. TYLOO going to try and complete this retake together. No smoke for upper or lower ramp, but they can chuck a molly on one of those angles and then try to stick the defuse with the cover.
Only kits on Slowly too, so he's going to have to use that util before getting on the defuse, and that'll mean Summer covers with the M4. Coming in on site, Orman still just playing it very patiently here from upper, molly to lower, and now he knows that this is an opportunity. Eyes on the prize though, the cover's not quite there, and off the bomb they go. Slowly taps it, and there is not enough time.
Wow.
Big clutch from Orman in the...
Can we get a slow-mo of somebody just running at him down
With a
Olaf,
pistol.
which led to this happening?
Fantastic shots coming out from Orman, you must say. Just able to find that needle and the timing on B site and to get those shots in. Huge round for ViCi to pick up, but TYLOO, you got to say, really squandered that opportunity. Didn't give Orman enough respect.
Classic somebody.
Ah, I love the tack timeout. I love it. Rub
Just,
salt in the wound.
How's that one taste, TYLOO?
Yeah, nice.
Pretty
Thought you
sour.
were-
I think
it's
thought you were
gonna
going to run at me in T-Con, huh?
I don't think it's going to stop somebody for some reason. I don't think he's going to learn his lesson. He's at about 3 or 4 years, and I don't think he's learned that
3
lesson
or
in that
4,
time. I think he's
like-
going to do it again.
Like 6 or 7, mate.
Well,
Playing for quite a long time.
There's a reason why I say swinging like somebody and not swinging like Dan King.
It's got the tenure. That's
you
why.
know, we call him the W player, and he wasn't really swinging. He was just running in straight with W, which is not the most appropriate way to clear angles.
Oh, really?
No,
How you usually do it?
you jiggle or you
Jiggle?
sidestep. Yeah.
I do some jiggling every now and
Why
then.
don't you just like drone in? Like that's the whole
Oh,
thing.
true. Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you
Pretty
just-
con.
Yeah.
Either
Somebody
way-
was trying to be the drone.
Double AWP coming out here for TYLOO. Somewhat limited util. ViCi throwed that E-box and sandwich smoke once again, but instead start to move towards sandwich, SL rather, and inside. Very limited util for them as we head towards the mid-round. Only a couple of smokes and flashes, so they want to try and hit a sharp timing on inners where there's already 2 players in wait for TYLOO. What's Orman doing with this smoke over here?
Maybe setting up a fake. Certainly lining up something. Could be back green smoke from here.
Could be CT con as well.
That looks
Yeah,
like
CT
connector
com.
smoke.
Yeah, and then he's going to go for the lurk through. No, he just comes up the flank and watches.
Okay.
SL, good flash though. Good entry for ViCi.
Dan King on the line. Nice flick to Zo King. Full control of upper for him, although he's pulled out util and has the timing. Advent 2 with the Galil at that range. Ridiculous. And now that's the site found. Bomb plant secured. Dan King firing some warning shots and waiting for somebody to come in, but it's a double AWP for the retake. However, Advent gives them one already. And in the 2-on-2, they need to get to site and defuse. It's so hard to do with just the double AWP. Well, somebody swaps over to the M4.
Oh man, they're just giving so many picks for Dan King at the moment, but now down to, once again, the man of the hour. It's going to be Orman. Somebody just going to deploy the smoke, going to try and find the angle. Going to stick that defuse. Orman trying to land the spray, but somebody's on an off angle this time around, and that's going to work. Absolute charms. Orman trying to find this pick. It does mean that TYLOO have to concede a couple of AWPs.
Too many wide peaks from ViCi Gaming in that post plant.
I think it looked like they were trying to play confident, but the issue is that was not the moment to do it. Not into that double AWP setup. Sharp shots as well. Speaking of sharp shots, here's Orman's clutch from a few rounds before.
Gorgeous.
But to me, that just felt like ViCi definitely giving and allowing Dan King to take a lot of these favourable deals, which is not ideal when you've got so much control of the site.
Advent could have stayed alive on site there and just become the contact for the upper or lower ramp player.
Yeah.
And that just gets you another kill. Like, there's no reason to just wide peak on that angle. Just lack of discipline.
I think the issue is they were just trying to find TYLOO's players and where they were, knowing that usually they are running onto site and closing that distance early. This time, it was just Dan King playing from the cloud area and tapping away.
This is a pretty critical round here, for sure. Both teams started to run out of cash. TYLOO quite a distinct lack of util. ViCi, I would say the same. Kaze and Zo King. Wait, Zo King's got $1,000. He hasn't bought any util. I guess he's just sending it. Where is he sending it? Because he's the entry. Zo King is the hard entry this round, and it's straight into inner.
Oh, and he's going to be returned to sender quickly, but slowly slows them down. Kaze on the line with the scout. Can't get too much done, as we are going to see Summer make their way through. Him and Dan King, nice and deep, and they're happy to play the man advantage for the retake.
Dorman heard this big flank, though. He's above SL. Somebody's coming in on that flank. Does he find the timing? The shoulder step from Orman, unfortunately, a little too wide.
Advent. Nice and close, but only on 9 Harry Potters. This is going to be so hard to hit. Somebody has the head armor as well. Elbow.
Jeez.
Oh my lord. That was so perfectly played from somebody. Stops on the perfect line, and now it's up to Kaze on the rifle to get this done, but it's only one that he can find. Summer on the fast trade, and there's 3 alive at the end for TYLOO to snatch away a 5th round.
Yeah, doing a good job. Really starting to secure that economy. ViCi, I would like to see whatever their best half-buy strat is here. Because you're looking at, 3.6, 4K, 3.2 for Orman. Yeah, pistol armor for sure is the go here. Try and do some economic damage. Keep that CT money a little bit lower. Maybe try and take 3 guns off of them.
Oh, that's a bit interesting. Favors swung back in TYLOO's favor.
ViCi taking their time, trying to wait out the utility. No more mollies left over here for TYLOO. We head past a minute 30. They've put a little pressure on white halls / brown halls. Made sure that there's no one over there. Now ViCi grouping up. Orman's got that SL control as well.
Very passive approach on that B site.
Yeah, I mean, they know it's pistols, right? Or a low buy, so I don't mind the retake B approach, to be honest. Unfortunately, it's kind of limited their info, which means that this playthrough, Ivy might catch them off a little bit. Somebody's only got a smoke to drop here. He's going to throw it just in time, but he rotates off, actually gives the angle up for now.
Oh, nice on the trigger. Finds the second 2. Big hold over at Ivy. Attacker. There's some util which could help out, but Kaze it's going to be falling. Jam Young, though, this Deagle again. Some huge impact. Swinging. Can't find the head of Summer as Orman comes out with the P2. We'll get a trade, but it's not enough for a round. TYLOO, they lose 2, but they get a round in response.
It's just the individuals for TYLOO at the moment. I don't know what else to say. It's...
Yeah.
Alongside with ViCi, their just entry spacing is very strange.
Attack timeout for ViCi. That was some decent damage last round. They've kept the CT economy somewhat honest. A couple of these players are broke. But it's definitely going to take a bit of effort for ViCi to start to carve their way back into this half. They've only got 2 rounds for themselves. And if they let a few more drop one-sidedly, that's where you're going to see TYLOO get up towards those double digits. And it won't be as close of a half, which is going to allow TYLOO a much easier chance of actually closing train than they might have if ViCi goes over that CT side. And you're going to have to see TYLOO start to dig deeper into the T side playbook. And who knows how deep it goes on train. This is definitely not their first choice of map, that's for sure.
Nice readjustment from Summer there. Allowing the spray to reset. Now, as we can see, TYLOO, they're still sticking to the 3-2 setup. Expecting a faster approach at inner, and that might just be what we see. Jam Young, Molly to the end of Paul's DanKing, tanking it, and almost gifted one with a knee coming around the corner. Rotation back.
Is this a dark side wrap?
Positions make it look like that could be the case.
Holman gets attacked through the wall. Advent keeping tabs on SL, 2 at upper. This is either an inners fake to outer split or a dark side wrap. There's a progression smoke in Ivy. Kaze's got the flash ready to just send Orman. There's a smoke onto back green from above SL from Advent. And it is a dark side wrap, but so far not so good. Somebody's dealt with that. 2 players just died at AWP straight away, and this is a whole lot of nothing for ViCi Gaming. They're just getting shut down.
Yeah, I mean, TYLOO just aren't scared at this stage. They're more than happy to fight the angles. And the flashbang does come forward, and Summer, he's just going to take this duel, but Advent winning a few of these opening engagements now. But they still can't cross. Slowly can just chill and just wait here. DanKing's got the AWP watching at a long distance. DanKing looking just to just keep aggressing to the stage. And Kaze surely heard out as well. Means that TYLOO just has another clean buy round. It's just the case of, I don't know.
It's not good. This is not good for ViCi at all, because this is where this game gets so much harder to win. A lot of this came down to that second round win with Salma with the Scout. That had just had so much impact because they've just been allowed to get these double AWPs and get their economy rolling when they actually lost the pistol in this half.
And that would have been another round or two if that Scout round didn't happen.
Yeah.
T-side economy is decent. You know, the first CT round doesn't have the utility, it doesn't have the double AWP. You can punish them a little bit.
Far cry from that. ViCi's got to do this T-side on hard mode, back into another half buy for them.
And like the problem now is like TYLOO actually just in their heads just going like, oh, we're actually a pretty pog strat. We could just beat these guys and just stomp them. Just keep shooting them.
Just the confidence-based team.
You can see slowly he's just by himself over here ready to just to swing in.
Somebody on that second AWP, and the Ivy looking pretty good.
Yeah, all the way through at least. Do they get past Old Bomb? They're certainly trying, but Attacker will hit back before they get too far through. Advent out of 36, and he swaps to the Tech Knight. Have more in the clip as Orman just jumps across. That's going to be 3 picks found, and now it's all up to Slowly. His position's known as well, as he had a bit of a tiff with someone over towards Old Bomb. Rotating in, though. It's been a moment since he's been spotted, but Kaze, perfect timing on the peak, and will readjust.
Forget
nicely
everything we
with
just
the
said. Forget it all.
It's just Orman yeeting through a smoke with
Forget all of that.
P250.
A whole monologue.
That's how it works. Orman has to shoot people and just jump on Summer to make it work. And of course, Jam Young with the deagle.
That cooks the CT money. They're going to have to empty the bank accounts now. Yeah, they can't go for a double AWP. Kaze gets an AWP, and a whole bunch of guns are picked up by ViCi Gaming. They get that third round. There's a window, but they have to actually take advantage of it. This is the round for ViCi Gaming to actually turn this half around. That half buy, look, massive opportunity taken.
Would you ever, in a round like this, send one person to the B site, DanKing's come over here, but just get Slowly just to anchor here with no utility?
With no util.
No util.
Not with no util.
Yeah, I think you need the AWP there, right? If he hasn't
AWP's
got
here
util,
now.
yeah. It's going to be an inner Zexy. This is a good call from ViCi. Again, they've shown us like 4 or 5 different strats so far.
The thing is, Slowly's been so solid from that bomb site position. However, he falls back off the back of the util. And DanKing spots a few coming out. Cat, that's going to be the full wrap down to their graves, though. They drop as DanKing flicks on an awkward line. Molly as well won't stop this bomb from being planted, but it will filter out Advent into the open. He has the guys of smoke to maybe get to a nicer position. And DenKing falls, can't spray downwards, and that's going to be the 2-on-2 for the post plant.
Double nade here.
Oh, but Kaze's just at the right angle. Doesn't matter about your nades at this stage.
Are they going to nade the plant, the defuse? I would love to see that.
I think it's okay. Somebody just needs to back out over here. Just needs to pick up the AWP. There's no way. No smoke. Nothing really to work with at this point in time.
Sick
Just
for
trying
ViCi.
yeah.
That was sick. Half buy win into the inners exi.
Yep.
Mwah. Chef kiss.
Very fortunate for them that slowly opted for the firepower over the utility, and that is exactly why utility is important, because you can slow them down. You can stop them from running in through the choke points.
I'm not sure it did him any favors.
I was about
really.
to say, it's like TYLOO actually, I felt like had probably a good read of what was going on. Somebody actually pushed all the way into Ivy at that stage, right? Before the execute occurred. It wasn't as if TYLOO were going into that situation completely blind. I felt like that was set up that, yes, it was actually going to be this B-site execute. But the problem is, as you said, just without that utility, it just means you can't actually set yourself up for a favorable post plant. You have to take these engagements on ViCi's terms. I mean, if there's anything favorable at the moment, at the very least, somebody does have an AWP, and TYLOO, they have won a force buy before, so... And that's a good way to start.
Ooh, that's
a very good way to start.
Oh, no.
Look, this is ViCi in a nutshell. You just see some flawless T-side execution and then 2 wide peaks into an AWP when you're versing pistols.
And then all of the pistols are all over towards the B site where ViCi are hitting. And as Mitch, you like to say, when you are a few men down, going to the B site is the path of least resistance, or at least the highest percentage play. But into the pistols they're about to go through the first lane. Zoking's gone on the right line, but DenKing, he's going to find the Deagle. Doesn't get cleared though. Maybe a lack of communication or a lack of something else. It's going to be Jamyoung now trying to win in the 1-on-3. That bomb's down in that very dangerous position. Nice headshot slowly on the back of Bomb Train. Molly will force him out, but somebody's on the line. He's a little bit slow to hit. Jamyoung, 1 HP and a dream. Drops the flash and now has control of the bomb. Somebody's gone on a bit of an adventure over to the other side of Con, and that's going to give Jamyoung time to plant.
It's on top of middle bomb.
8 bullets, but he's making a lot of noise while somebody has actually crawled very close to the P250. All comes down to maybe even a single grenade. Jamyoung holding the angle.
Oh,
how does he get away with it?
He's bailed them out.
1 HP, 4 kills. He's done a Norman pretty much on that B side.
And that's why Pilski calls him the best player in China.
Bails ViCi out of it. At a round where it's just, they had no business in winning. Let's be real. 3-on-5, walk into a pistol stack. Damage has been done, but TYLOO just happy to gift a few 1-on-1s, and it works perfectly in the favor. Backed up by Jamyoung, being very sharp and clued on as well.
They would have had a much better economy, but they got it done. Now you're looking at TYLOO's buy. That's nothing like it was before. Not a single AWP, no Molotovs. Somewhat limited util. ViCi going for an outers execute. Zoking's already on the bomb site.
Whoa. He is just closing the distance quickly. And at Heaven, it's a bit of a rough position. Smoking back bomb may not actually favor ViCi. That gives TYLOO some space to work with to establish themselves for some positions. Get ready to bust into sight if they want to push through these smokes. But it comes down to the coordination. Now just posturing themselves, getting ready to make this crunch happen. Attacker with 1 again, and that's going to be the 5-on-3 now. But ViCi, can they fight back? 2 fast kills from Zoking. Has the lineup tapping away. There's the 3rd, and he wants the 4th as well, but he's ran out of bullets, and it's him versus somebody in the 1-on-1, and he's just going to let that timer tick down. Perfectly played. Molly as well, so he could secure it. Goes for the swing instead, and somebody doesn't have a kit, so that will be the round for ViCi, but it was costly for ViCi.
Yeah, 2 rounds in a row where they've lost the majority of their guns. TYLOO, this will be a half buy around the AK. What a crazy half this has been. This has just gone multiple rounds where it's like the least favorable outcome happens. The second round of the half, and then later on, ViCi wins that half buy. Have just made this half an absolute mess. But after all's said and done, ViCi Gaming have actually done what they set out to. Not in the way that they wanted to do it, but they did what they set out to, and that's trade back and forth with TYLOO on the T side of their map pick of Train. You want to try and get that 7-8 scoreline, 9-6 at worst, at least 6 rounds past score, but hopefully more for ViCi, so that you can go onto the CT side, and that's where you need to see TYLOO dig deep on their T side and actually go out and earn this map victory of Train with a good amount of T calls, which is something that sometimes TYLOO does fall apart with. That T side can sometimes fall flat. And in the grand scheme of things, right, let's say ViCi Gaming wins Train. They're up 2-0. They move on to Inferno, a map that we definitely know they can win.
Isn't that pretty much like the storyline? It's like, we definitely know ViCi can win. However, can they execute on it?
Hey, they might not even win Train. Maybe TYLOO's Train is T-side Train sick.
Then there's a guy called Jam Young. And Orman, I feel like, have done well enough on this T side. Come on, Advent. You know you want to do it again. He tagged me, but I'll do it again.
Oh, okay. Summer has the timing as he moves out of side of bomb, gets a gun in hand, and this Galil could be dangerous, but ViCi back away. And they're going to be spotted while doing such, as Jam Young has made his way out towards the B side. It seems like they've counted the numbers. They are aware of the positions of both the TYLOO players. They've started to beat them on the rotation. Bomb down, planted quite open as well, I believe, unless that's just at back of default.
Yeah, I mean, they did the quick maths. One guy has a CZ, one guy has its Eagle. Now, the guy with the CZ is SL. What an angle from Jam Young. Just posted up high. Summer is still trying to fight this with a Galil. Why?
Why not? What do you got to lose, Galil?
Yeah, true.
You're going into the next round anyway. You want the full buy.
Attacker's got the AK to carry across.
This is actually worth saving, considering the money actually isn't too good for TYLOO. They
Yeah,
actually
for
need to keep
Attacker
like
in
an
particular,
AK.
he wants that full util next round, so yeah, definitely want him to hold on to the AK.
Yeah, a bit of an overinvestment in this one, but even so, it's fine if he survives, and survive he will. ViCi allowing him to do as such, and going into the final round of the half, ViCi can buy for days. TYLOO, a similar situation now that the save came across, and we're going to see the double AWP set up against somebody picking his up, which he's had some pretty good influence with this half so far, 16 for 7.
Yeah, the double AWP has been the majority of the success factor for TYLOO. So to see them get back on it, it gives you great hope that they'll be able to secure 8, but I'm not sure that that's necessarily a pass score, to be honest, on Train here for TYLOO.
That's the thing as well, the double AWP setup means less utility for both of them because they didn't save a lot in the previous round, and ViCi, a much slower approach. TYLOO have gone for the 4-1 split. Slowly does have a incendiary to play with, at least at lower this time, to buy some time for the rotations, and now it is going to be some util thrown to out as full Exy early on in the round, and off the back of the flashes, ViCi bust through ladder.
Though the first couple of engagements actually go in the favor of ViCi. Zoking actually doing quite well, but TYLOO ready to respond. Dan King and Summer with returning volleys of their own. Bomb still lost in the open. Kaze actually flit his way towards Aircon, but slowly starting to apply this pressure from behind while Orman just trying to find the window of opportunity. That's one. He's going to also create another. Great shot onto Summer, and this is all down to Slowly. Has that positional advantage, I would say, to swindle his way, but Orman turned it out, but Orman can't bring it back around in time, and now it's all down to a one-on-one. Kaze able to lock down the angle, reading that peak at the end of the day, so into the half, ViCi just barely with the lead.
something more than this. I've lost control of it. I've lost control. You give me air to breathe. You give me light to see. Oh. When things are out of reach, you bring them back to me. Back to me. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through. You see it through.
A crazy old first half, which it looked like TYLOO was going to dominate, but then ViCi out of nowhere just flick the switch and have a solid T side. Now, they are under the defense and they need to lock it down. If TYLOO takes this T pistol, then they could take the lead again and get straight back into the action. So who knows which way the second half is going to go, because it could not be closer, 8-7.
Keen to see what TYLOO has in store on this T side of Train, because they're going to have to grind out the game on it. See how deep the playbook does go and how fortunate their run's going to be. Getting the pistol in the first gun round would make it easier. Straight down SL onto the outer site.
Gonna try and bust through the smoke, so just go for that plant. It's actually just gonna be slowly dropping that plant down in the open.
Flank from Advent.
Yeah, Advent's going pretty quick, but somebody's set up in such an off angle where this is surely gonna catch him off by surprise. There it is, gonna allow Advent to go through. A couple of shots being exchanged now. There it is, the flank's gonna be locked down, and Summer also will be able to neutralize an Tango as well. Looks like TYLOO have got this round in the bag for now. Jamyoung, he's been fantastic, but I think this is way too many targets. It's actually somebody getting the team kill. And who's sitting on the bomb with a knife? Was it Attacker? It was Attacker.
Not sure.
I think it was Attacker just sitting on the bomb to make sure he couldn't get anywhere close around that smoke. So, TYLOO do manage to pick up the pistol.
Good start on that T side. It's exactly what they would have wanted. Here to see if ViCi will try and force back, similar to what you saw TYLOO do in the first half, and just hold that momentum. Does seem like that's the approach. Buy up here for ViCi. Pistols and a scout. And TYLOO not taking anything for granted. All of them investing in Galils and AKs. No SMGs, just the full rifles being invested in. Two-man setup in towards Ivy. Kaze on the line with the scout, baiting for Zoking at the server. Dan King made initial contact. Sometimes you do see that pistoling player allowed to get a free kill when the T fights a little too much. But TYLOO, in the meanwhile, have taken Inner's control. Pretty solid default. Poking around Ivy, poking around T-Con. They've taken that brown and white halls. So they've got a lot of info. Now they can make a better execute or decision as we head to the mid to late round about how they want to try to 100% this one.
Dan King's copped a little bit of damage. I'm not too certain from where. Must have been from Zoking pushing forward with the 5-7. They're trying to get some information. That's actually a huge bit for ViCi, where they understand that Ivy... Well, they've actually got full Ivy control at the moment. TYLOO can't really take this territory for granted. Now comes a few smokes and flashbangs, but Advent's long left there after making a bit of noise and presence. Only Summer out here in the open bomb yard actually is going to be this uppers drop, and I don't know what to make of this at this moment. If Summer does go down, that could be absolutely huge. But Summer getting these 2 picks, surely should be TYLOO calling it, but no. It's still at the end. They're just able to find the deals that work out. Kaze just trying to drop as many players as he can, but there's just too many bodies from TYLOO to be able to try to clutch around from that scenario. And so TYLOO back ever so slightly in the lead thanks to a couple of nice rifle kills.
Yeah, did a really solid job dealing with that force out from ViCi. To be honest, couldn't have really seen a much better round from them. Saw them go spread out all around the map, held T-Con, held Ivy, went and cleared out inners, and then went for their game plan. Good way to deal with the force buy on the pistols. Now the full anti-eco does seem like TYLOO wants to be heading straight up Olaf and Sandwich.
Somebody's just full sending it. Great flashbang coming in slowly. Somebody's still fighting. Of course he is. And Orman, unfortunately, is going to be able to get the kill. Attacker just a little bit too slow to get the trade. And Jam Young, hang on a second. How are those pistols doing that much damage? A couple more rifles dropped over. Now, I still think this round obviously is out of Advent's control right now. Still only a P2K. No rifles retrievable. But I feel like ViCi definitely have done a decent amount of damage in the back of these USPs to make this worthwhile for them.
2-on-1. Good damage with the default pistols. TYLOO do get off to that 10-8 start, the dream start that you would have wanted to see from them pistol, and then converting the anti-force and anti-eco. So they will be moving through the rest of the half with some decent money, but this is where the going gets a little tougher as ViCi goes on to their first buy round.
But, Pilski, when the going gets tougher, the tough get going. I don't know if you've heard that saying before, but it is true. And this is going to split the boys from the men. So from this position, TYLOO, 10 and 8 currently, trying to make their way into Brown Halls. Jam Young a little bit further away, but not facing there at lowers. Just looking to drop a molly like it's hot if he hears anything coming his direction. But he goes passive instead.
It seems like TYLOO want to test this inner sight. Kazo's already posted on upper ramp. Jam Young with a full belt of utility on top of that pop train. See how this works out for him.
Drops some Molotov, but might not be in the right position to get the angle. Kaze, though, still able to get the shot, and Jam Young able to transition out and just dance with Kaze. A ballet between the two on the B site, which works in their favor completely. Great supportive flashes coming out from Kaze as well. There is one fatality for ViCi in this dance to death. But I got a feeling that Dan King, not much more that he can really find. He's hopping, staying alive, 1 HP.
What a shutdown from ViCi. Perfect counter flashes. Kaze's holding all the right angles towards upper ramp. Good Molotov usage as well from Jam Young to split up the push. Couldn't really have done a better defense of that B bomb site. That's a great start for ViCi in terms of the gun rounds. Had a tough time with the pistol and the force buy. But as soon as we head into the gun rounds, that's a first dominant display that's going to get the money kick-started on the right foot for the CT side.
Dan King will want to have some crazy influence going forward with the AWP if they want to try to slow this one down at the moment. You look at the economy, you got a tackle with almost 8K in the bank, and there's a chance that there is a buy around the save. I think it could be done.
Oh, they will buy next round for sure.
ViCi happily letting the clock tick down, and they're not going to go for the hunt either. Very worried about that economy. On the CT side, you want as much in the bank as you possibly can, just in case TYLOO do manage to snag a few rounds here and there.
Interesting. Taka could have dropped 3 there, but he would have to forego grenades. So he chooses not to drop 2 AKs. Instead, he will drop a UMP to Summer so that they can have better utility across the board. The reason why I say that's interesting is because last round, they didn't really use a whole lot of utility. They had almost full grenades when they went for a contact out inners. So we'll see if they have a more utility-centric game plan this time around. Seems like a slower approach from TYLOO so far. Wow, aggression through Ivy from ViCi, applying pressure.
Kaze, very confident angle, just waiting for that peak on the top of the old wood there.
This is where you want to see the TYLOO playbook on the T-slider train. Okay, they've run a little bit of a default. They made sure no one's pushed into T-con, no one's pushed Ivy too much. And they have that one player poking around on inners towards upper ramp, somebody. So this is where you're like, what's the strat from TYLOO? You've got the util to work with. What is the round-winning strat after you run your default? 50 seconds on the clock. Seems like an Ivy, T-Con and SL split.
And in all this time, TYLOO barely getting any map control, only just starting to edge in to T-Con now. And Kaze still posted towards the pallet. Will miss the first shot, but here comes that counter utility to slow things down. Slowly, though, swinging to E-Box, and now ViCi fully aware. Positioned appropriately, Kaze. He is going to be controlling Sandwich, and all the lanes on that side. Big rotates in are just going to make this round look so damn easy. Summer with the AWP in hand, but not for long. Advent swinging through that smoke at the back of green is enough, and ViCi tie up the scores 10-10.
There's just not a lot going on this T side for TYLOO. Like, you even saw towards the later portions of that round, after they went for a default, there was a smoke to back a green, and I think one other smoke, and then one flash which went too late for Kaze's angle on Sandwich, and then one flash, and then the rest of them didn't use their util almost at all, and just tried to sort of brute force outside after running the default and got completely shut down. I don't think that the approach on the T side for TYLOO so far is going to be good enough to get them through this game, and that's why I was stressing so much on the pistol, on these rounds which win you multiple rounds in a row that TYLOO needed to win, and actually their success on their own CT side. Because this is what I feared for TYLOO. When you test them on the T side, when you say, hey, here is 4 gun rounds plus that you need to win to actually put yourself in a chance of winning this game, where's your strats? And then you see that, and ViCi just shutting down the contact inners and shutting down that outside after the default, you think to yourselves, there's no way TYLOO can win this game.
Especially if it's just relying on individual peaks at the moment. You can forgive ViCi a little bit for that, because they've got the round count to play with. Advent doing his best to try to get the aim on.
Like, even just this round, like, it's an eco, just do something. But that. Like, they're just jumping out like rabbits around 1 by 1 out of T-Con.
Yeah.
Tack timeout for TYLOO. This is where things get immensely harder, okay? Because we had the first couple of gun rounds of this half, and ViCi have won almost all of them with 4+ players alive. Their money is absolutely booming out of control. They can have double AWPs, they can have full utility, they can probably have 2+ more buys going for them. And
this is pretty accurate to what we were talking about during that halftime break. Mitch, you said it is going to be a 16-10 affair because TYLOO might win pistol.
16-10, 16-12, something like that, in favour of ViCi, yeah.
Certainly on for the storyline.
Yeah, unless TYLOO have, like, okay, here's another round for you. They're almost no util. This is just, like, they've had attack timeout. With low util, what's the strat? Again, a bit more of a spread out approach from TYLOO. Smoke onto upper ramp. But this is where ViCi's had a change up. Aggression in towards inners and T-Con. They Molotov deep on top of this upper ramp area and take T-Con control. So now TYLOO, they've taken attack timeout, okay, and they've thought of a plan, and now everything's changed. They're playing a completely different game. They've crept out Ivy. This timing could be everything unless Kaze's watching the line at the correct time.
I think he's just swiveled it all around. So TYLOO still needs to drop these smokes, but the bomb is just not in the position to really go anywhere. Kaze eventually has to relinquish the angle, though. I feel like they just don't have this SL control to work with. So you can see his attention's divided between 2 positions. And TYLOO just so patient right now, just allowing ViCi to rotate the utility.
Smoke on back of green will allow some of these riflers to come out of Ivy, but they still haven't flushed the CTs out of T-Connector. And until they can do that, they're going to have some difficulties trying to work this outside. I love this boost, actually, in Ivy, but Orman's starting to come around dark side.
Yeah, it could have maybe spotted someone in CT-Con, rather, but it's just really hard to make that boost work, especially with such little time remaining. 30 seconds, somebody just waiting for the CTs to be forced out of T-Connector, and in come the T's, but Zoking's found 2 kills, the bomb, and maybe even the round. Drops the smoke to boot, and now it's full control, 20 seconds. TYLOO need to make their way in, and the rest of ViCi pretty much just need to survive here. 2 more, Zoking, he's on for the ace. What a miraculous hold in T-Con to clutch another for ViCi.
I feel like that's just solid fundamentals from ViCi.
No, that was more than solid fundamentals. That was beautiful, because TYLOO took the tack timeout, right? And they were trying to go for, okay, what's the strat that we want to throw? How are we going to break this defense from ViCi Gaming? And ViCi Gaming hard pushed inner, hard pushed T-Con, hard disruption the whole round, and then TYLOO had to react to that and completely change up what they were going to do. So beautiful. You love to see that from ViCi Gaming. Just messing with their opponents. Completely changing up the game as soon as there's some adaptation starting to come out.
It's like they've played this game before. They've been in that situation. They realised exactly
They've
how
played
TYLOO
TYLOO a couple of times before.
just a couple of times,
Just,
you know.
here or there. See him,
I've seen it a
see
few
him down the
times.
road, you know, every now and again.
Yeah. Old mate.
Down at the milk bar.
Old mate. At the milk bar. Down
Coffee
at the,
shop.
At the dairy, you know. Milk and cows. Fresh milk for the milkshakes.
Oh mate, get you some ghost drops, some cola bottles.
Just get you some robot KFC. What do you mean?
Maybe some of these players, I don't know if any of them are in Shanghai or not, but if they are, yes, they can get themselves some robot KFC.
Well, let's see if ZoKing can continue to make these milkshakes, and if those milkshakes can bring TYLOO to the yard, which is where he wants them to go. Just on the Deagle should be some easy pickings, and it is going to be ZoKing chiming in with Advent and Orman. Everyone getting a bit of action in the round. Slowly coming in from Ivy, not going to be heard by Advent, but Orman will clean things up. Advent the only man to fall for ViCi, but that's going to be 13 on the board, and ViCi now just 3 away from taking
He
up
was
one.
just thinking about what to do for the next round. He was like already like, yeah, it doesn't matter if this guy kills me or kills 2 people. We've already run. This is how we're going to disrupt them already.
I don't know what to think here, because there's definitely been series where ViCi Gaming is out playing TYLOO earlier this year, playing really good. We start simping for them.
This is the
I
new...
start simping for them. Jordan is also
Okay.
simping for them.
I said I wasn't going to believe. And then there was that one round,
Yeah.
one round
You
where I was
said
like,
you're gonna
okay,
believe.
I'm going to believe
It was
now.
14-9 on Inferno, I remember. And then they
then-
went up bracket, and then
Yep.
Attacker 4K'd them, and you were like, nah, the game's over. And then they went on to lose.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, I was like,
they were
look,
up to 1-0 in
we've
the
seen it
map
before.
score. They're up 14-9 on Inferno. Nope. You don't get to win a grand final.
completely ridiculous.
So I'm going to reserve judgment. Either way, I want to see how ViCi approach this round, because that's another tack timeout. And this time, TYLOO actually does have a much better buy. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Some of these other rounds, much less to work with than you're seeing in this round. But now, full utility. They got the AWP on Dan King. Let's see what they're going for.
All right, nice molly to sandwich. This is where ZoKing's been loving to play so far. And out to the yard they go again slowly. This time 2 fast entries. And they're going to go straight through the lane. Attacker as well takes the head off ZoKing. And just like that, TYLOO have flipped their own switch and taken everything, including the round. 11 now on the board. And 4 alive at the end is great for that economy.
Yeah, just rolling out a little bit quicker, just breaking it down. All right, you know what? Instead of taking individual deals, which is what they were doing before, just trading out in unison, and that's great, is that entire corridor was exposed and a nice little double entry coming out from slowly. And at that stage, even if ZoKing did pick up 1, it wasn't as if TYLOO weren't in the position to trade out. So definitely just setting up the numbers for success.
Yeah.
ViCi did throw that utility earlier on, but just didn't kind of follow it up with that T-connector aggression. And I feel like ViCi just need to throw a couple more spanners in the work. Need to keep TYLOO on their feet. Can't let TYLOO get comfortable.
Let's see if ViCi change it up, because they tried to play more passive that round and then got sprayed down at extremely long range. However, look at this setup over towards Ivy. You've got a man playing server, 1 deep, and then 1 at the back of green as well. So heavy presence in this direction, thinking TYLOO are again going to go for this A split. Okay, contact made slowly. Pulls out that util, and Advent couldn't get away with murder this time. Smoke to maybe fall back, and off the back of the shot, he will. TYLOO, though, giving up the control, not wanting to fight with so much presence in that piece of the map. But as we do see TYLOO fall back, as does ViCi. Look at this, reposition back over towards that B site. Kaze playing from the back of yellow.
Bit of a different look up though for ViCi this time around. There's a lot of utility for them to work with on this B site. Jamyong's like incendiary grenade and smoke has been burned through. There's been presence made over at Ivy early on from TYLOO. Out comes the full execute now in B, but they're not committing on the back of this.
Oh yeah, Kaze playing close and looking, or far rather, looking for the info. Jam Young doesn't hear the push out uppers, and he's going to be playing next to the pillars. Oh my lord, he's not going to see somebody, and he's able to maybe stop the cross to sight. He does. How's he got away with this? Kaze with another under Summer, and ViCi read TYLOO like a book, who don't check their corners, are not thorough enough with the clearance, and that's going to be another round. 12 seconds, Attacker and Slowly just looking to save now.
That's literally just a case of Jam Young, like, just trigger discipline coming forward. He's, like, in the worst position. He's hearing plays from uppers. He's playing coils. Kaze's rotating out. TYLOO actually did something so sick, but they just don't check one angle.
Yeah.
And Jam Young, you can just see this. He's just watching. It's like, oh, this guy's not looking at me. So finally, when he commits to the plant, he's already gone for it. Kaze now realizes what's going on because Jam Young's called it, and he gets that kill on somebody just to make it even just a little bit better to put the icing on the cake. I do like that from TYLOO. I like that fake, or the double fake. The problem was they just did not check close, and Jam Young ruined their plans.
Yeah. And you can't afford to do that. Not in a grand final. Not when you're already one map down going into it. And now TYLOO allow ViCi to have a 14th. 2 more rounds, and that's going to be 2 maps for ViCi. 1 away from taking IEM Beijing. And TYLOO's got a long road to make that reverse sweep happen. But the map's not over yet, and there is still a chance. The buy will come through in round 26 for TYLOO, as well as ViCi. But ViCi, of course, with a nice, healthy buffer in the coffers. Lots of money there. Do TYLOO go for a bit of a change up into round 26, or do they keep it going just as they have been? Again, they're going to be sending 2 early over towards Ivy. Smoke towards E-Box, but ViCi, they're going to play for the yard control and might even take T-Con early off the back of this molly. Attack has been forced out of T-Con, but he's gone down trying to take the fight with Advent. But the flash does not hit the mark. Kaze certainly does, though. Dan King with the trade. And that's going to be Ivy control, but even so, still a man advantage for ViCi, almost 2, as somebody keeps his legs going back up the ladder.
Zoking throw aggression on the back of that. I don't know about that from Orman. Dan King now giving TYLOO an opportunity into this round. As Zoking, what is he doing on that ladder? Completely blinded out by somebody. And it's just as ViCi had a perfect scenario. And now it's just up to Jam Young to kind of rescue a little bit of the situation. Dan King's waiting for this aggression at this stage. Jam Young, does he spot the barrel? He spots the barrel, but it's spotted out by Summer, who looks away just at the right time. And now Advent, everything's gone wrong for ViCi after such a great start. They were able to get a few picks. All they had to do was play a bit stagnant. And Advent, he's not going to land these shots, except for that one on somebody. And now a huge task to do, 8 bullets. He manages to get that onto Summer. That's not easy, but now Dan King, hot on the hunt, means that Advent's going to relocate. It's going to switch all the way back to the B site. Now, there's a bit of time for him to work with as Dan King does need to retrieve that dropped bomb. And now it's all down to this one-on-one.
Has another molly on the ground as well, which he's retrieved. Bomb as well. 15 seconds, and he's going to stick it. Coming in from corner. It's a free kill for Advent. No, he's missed it. And Dan King knows he has to stick, not expecting this aggression. But he's going to fight instead with 5 seconds. And Advent, after a spectacular hold in the 1-on-3, he loses it in the final moments.
I don't even get it.
That's a classic. It's like, you know, when I was talking about the Advent calendar, you got like the 24 other days of 25 there. You had enough to get a couple of kills to keep it competitive. And then just at the very end, Dan King just whips around the AK and just goes, no, this is how you do it. 19 HP and just does this to Advent.
Well, that's it. You know, he's opened a couple of the doors. There was chocolate behind a few, but this time there was nothing.
Just superior mechanics. But, you know, Kaze versus Dan King, that's a whole nother debate. And you see the flash into T-Con. Advent, bit of a missed opportunity. Does hear the gunfire close to his left.
Send me in, Doctor. Where's the flashbang? No flashes, unfortunately. He's just gonna double smoke it. Cool.
Bit of miscommunication. He was probably calling for them to smoke it for a while and no one was doing it, so he was just he's just like, I'm gonna do it myself, and then they throw it. Definitely been there before. 4 on 5 though, for TYLOO. See if they can do some of their magic to get themselves back into this round.
Oh, and Orman on the AWP. Man, just looking to find some more. Second round the corner, but Summer very patient in his approach. He's solo there with the bomb now, which Makes it so much more important that he does not fall, because if he loses that objective control, then ViCi will be on a 15th round, or at least it'll be easier for them to secure another. Attacker just clearing close, having a look around. But ViCi very passive, happy with this two-man advantage. They don't want to do what happened before and throw this advantage away. So King posted on the off angle as well, and that's going to be the info they were looking for. Advent, more chip damage to Attacker. Should make everyone else's job easier, but Summer comes in on the lower side of things, looking to crack open the site, and Orman comes in, so does Kaze, the AWPs. Huge influence in the round. Orman with a triple, and that is just what ViCi wanted. 15-12, looking to close it out here and now, and the finances for TYLOO certainly should allow that.
I think ViCi's just done a masterstroke with this pick of train, to be honest.
I think it's backed up by the fact that the individuals have actually performed. You look across the board for ViCi, no one's actually gone exceptional. No one's gone poorly. Everyone's just played their role. You can't say the same for TYLOO at the moment.
That is not a storyline or a narrative that we usually push. Quick out Olaf. Looks like it's an Ivy and T-Con split. See if TYLOO can hit a sharp timing here.
Orman. Very good on the AWP again, and it's going to be 3 quick kills for ViCi, as now it's Dan King last alive. Out of nowhere, the round slips away. 30 seconds in, and it's 30 seconds done. 16-12, ViCi take the first map of the series, putting them onto 2 with the map advantage. Now they're just 1